Around 220 million people will be seeing those temperatures below freezing. Check out how many people. It's a huge swath of cold air that's just encompassing much of the United States, and it will continue across the Midwest. As we're taking a look at this afternoon, Central Time, we're looking at -21 in International Falls, -3 in Minneapolis, -10 in Omaha. Now, this is the wind chill forecast. These aren't the air temperatures. This is what it feels like when you head outside and have the wind hit your skin. This is not the time to be going outside without any layers on. You need to be covered up because this can be dangerous for frostbite. As we get into Thursday afternoon, we do kind of warm up. I say that with air quotes because it's not that much of a warm up. -18 in Minneapolis, 2 degrees in Omaha, 7 in Kansas City, -4 in Chicago. But before we start seeing another surge of cold air, it's another reinforcing shot of Arctic air pushing down south. And look how chilly it gets down towards St. Louis, towards Kansas City and Chicago. Now, once again, you're back into the single digits once again. Minot, North Dakota, your average high for this time of the year is 4 degrees, actually, or average low, I should say, and you're going to be well into the minuses, albeit it's not going to be bringing in much moisture. You do have a chance for snow picking up on Saturday night. Let's go ahead and jump into it. We do have some green bubbles popping up as far as your Midwest travel, so you're good to go. We do still have some lake effect snow here, out over here, so be prepared for that if you're traveling locally on the roads. So this is the situation now, but notice we do have another approaching system that's going to be pushing in that snow as we get into tomorrow. Then we're looking at the Twin Cities, Minneapolis airport, where you will likely see some delays due to all that snow. I-90, parts of I-96 starting to flirt with some snow popping up right there, but otherwise the rest of the region pretty green. So no airport delays due to the weather as we get into tomorrow, but Friday that changes as we have another swath of snow draping down towards Indiana. Now you do have a likely chance of seeing some delays as we get into Friday and some other spots. I-80, things really start to taper off out west, but then now we're seeing that storm system push east, and Cleveland seeing some possible delays as we get into the first half of the weekend, and now we're watching for yet another storm pushing through from the west as we get into New Year's Eve. By Sunday, now we're seeing a few pockets of snow popping up along I-70 as well as out east. Again, Cleveland still seeing that threat of lake effect snow just a little bit lingering behind these storm systems. Now overall, Chicago, here's a look at your New Year's Eve forecast. Now we are clear, but again, the slightest little bit of wind is going to be continuing to drop those temperatures, make it feel very, very chilly. Now we do have your northeast travel forecast at 40 past the hour. We'll see you then. All right, thanks, Nick. And yet another winter storm could be bearing down on people trying to get ready for New Year's celebrations. That means dangerous driving conditions for many this holiday. A new look of freezing. Oh my goodness, it's such a cold atmosphere that's just blanketing the Midwest. We're talking about a very frigid New Year's Eve. As we head into the rest of this week, we're looking at the temperatures right now. These are your wind chill temperatures, what it feels like when the air and the temperatures actually hit your skin. We're looking at -19 in International Falls, -4 in Minneapolis, -8 in Bismarck, and -15 in Marquette. But across far North Dakota and far northwestern Minnesota, those are frostbite times in 30 minutes or less. So it's really important for you to stay out of this. And if you do have to go outside, wear many layers because you do not want to get frostbitten. In Minot, North Dakota, tomorrow afternoon, it's only going to take you 30 minutes to get frostbitten. The temperature will be that -2. The winds, though, 15 miles per hour. It doesn't even have to be that strong to get frostbitten. The wind chill means that we're going to see those temperatures feeling like -22 degrees. Now, overall, we have this high pressure that's blocking this pattern, keeping all that cold air well to the north, but it also really enhances the cold air across the northeast and in the upper Midwest. As we get into next week, not much change. In fact, it kind of gets enhanced by that amplifying high pressure and this lowering of this trough, bringing in that cold air. Absolutely, Nick. And of course, all that snow is definitely impacting your travel, but let's go ahead and take a quick little recap of all that that snow earlier this month. So we're taking a look back at December 9th. 28% of the U.S. was covered. And at this point in the season, pretty much every single state, including Hawaii, had seen snow. So very impressive. We also had this very impressive swath of snow stretching across the southeast. That brought in some very rare snow. In fact, we want to show you some of that video right now to kind of refresh our minds of that. That was in Woodstock, Cherokee County, and you're looking at this aerial view from a drone, and it's absolutely gorgeous. This is from December 10th, and of course, record snow across North Georgia, Nick. I mean, we lived it. We saw it. It was horrible sometimes.
How can we forget? Yeah. And here's the snow cover right now. We're continuing to see plentiful snow cover in the mountain areas and the northern areas. Most places where you would expect to see it, right?
Absolutely. I mean, 46% of the U.S. is covered with snow. Of course, that's mainly across the northern tier of the country, but a lot of it came down in the way of lake effect snow. And once again, we want to show you yet another 7 days. The snow is not ending yet. We still have more snow in the forecast, but then we also have another little spurt of snow that pops up across the southeast.
Yeah, the models are coming together. It looks like we could very well see more of that here as we approach the end of the year and the first of next.
Well, that's definitely something that we're going to keep a close eye on because, of course, models have been bouncing back and forth. So definitely make sure you tune in.
In the meantime, no need to put away those heavy coats. And, you know, the bitter cold is going to be sticking around.
Yeah, then we turned our eyes out to the west right now because now we're talking about the holiday travel forecast. But first, we're going to take a look at one of my favorites. Water vapor imagery can give you so much information as a meteorologist. I mean, if you just kind of take a gander at this, I mean, you can glean so much. So we have this dry spot right here across Southern California. Very, very dry air. It's going to take a lot of moisture to kind of push over that and override that to really break down this ridge of high pressure. In fact, we might even be seeing some subsidence driving over that. That's essentially when the high pressure, it's sinking air and dries everything out below on the surface. We might also see some fog developing across this. Now, I saw this earlier today and I was like, you know what? I bet you anything that's what's happening. Sure enough, that is what's happening right across the San Francisco Bay Area as well up towards southern Oregon, right along the coastline. So this is the moisture source that we're keeping a very close eye on. It's going to try to tick away at this high pressure system, and it's going to try bringing in some moisture. Now, at this time, we are seeing some limited moisture and snow across the interior of the Pacific Northwest, but we are expected to see a little bit more, and that might impact our travel. Now, models are a little bit over-eager to get that moisture in across Southern California, but that might impact the Rose Bowl as we get into the Monday. But notice, as we get into Thursday, Friday, we still have that lingering chance of snow and moisture up towards the north. We definitely need it farther south, and right now it's not looking that promising. But as we get into Saturday, now we're still seeing those chances of showers pushing through the area. And then as we get into Sunday, New Year's Eve, still dry and green bubbles all the way.